Hello. Oops, good morning. John didn't want to be shown and I just showed him. Also, it's not morning, it's like 2 something, I don't know. But we are out and about. I keep on almost showing you, get in front of me. We're at Denton. We're going to the bookstore. We're going to a flea market because I'm off this weekend and I wanted to do something fun, and John very graciously decided he would come with me so I didn't have to go alone. So that's what's going on. And I'll try to show you what we're doing. Maybe here and there. Show you how the cats are doing when we go back home. Do you want me to say anything to the vlog to you? I'll check in later. Who else remembers this? Anybody? You see these? If these were not $10 each, oops, I would get one because they're really cute. Look at that. So cute. Hello. It is Sunday and I'm vlogging again. I kind of stopped, I forgot to vlog yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I forgot to vlog yesterday after we got home from the shops, the thrift stores, whatever. I just forgot. There's pie back there. I did get something. It was a little stuffed animal. I don't know why. It was just so cute and I was like, I can't leave it. I'll show you a picture. I'll put a picture in. But anyway, I got it, came home and I was like, wait a second, this is a stuffed animal from a thrift store. This could have bed bugs. It didn't look like it. There was no visual evidence of bed bugs on the little thing, but it's in a bag now. It's in a Ziploc bag and actually double bagged it. And then I'm going to put it out in the car. So it can get really hot. And if there's anything in there, it will get, killed. But I just didn't even think of that until we were almost home. And now I'm upstairs. I'm just in my craft room. I'm trying to think about a new hobby I could potentially start or something just to do, because I've been feeling really very repetitive lately and doing just the same things all the time. And I think I need something new. Pie. I think I just need something new to do. So I'm trying to come up with something. I would like to do more with gardening and getting a wildflower garden going, but just in summertime right now, it's just not a good time to do that, I feel like, because it's so hot. It's 105 today. They're all 3 in here and they're all Margot's grumpy. Anyway, so it's too hot, I feel to do an outdoor thing, start a new outdoor hobby. Maybe in the fall I can get into that, and in the spring, but in the summertime it's just too hot. So I'm trying to think of maybe I could do some sort of different sewing project, or I don't know. There's 2 cats in here. Literally, they're so grumpy right now. It's very frustrating. It's a struggle. Everything with the cats is giving me a hard time. They are getting better. It's going so slow though that I'm just really over it, and I just need everyone to start getting along a little bit better. Anyway, hobbies. I don't know. I want to start something new. I want to find something fun to do that's a little bit different, just to add something a little bit new into my routine. So I don't know. I was sitting in here looking at my fabric collection because I was like, well, maybe I could just start a new quilt, even though I have quilts in progress. I don't need to start a new quilt. But I just thought I would sort of take inventory of what I've got. I've got too much fabric. Kind of want to start a scrappy quilt, but also I just don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. And John's working on something. I think he's going to get in the shower soon, and then we need to go do groceries today, which I'm not looking forward to, but it'll be fine. It's just, I just don't like going to Walmart. It's always busy. And then I don't know what we're doing this afternoon. Probably nothing major because I don't really want to do anything. It's too hot to go out. So I probably won't go ride. It's supposed to get a little bit cooler this coming week. The highs, I think for Monday through Wednesday are 97 is going to be the highest, which I know sounds crazy because that's still high, but that's going to be a nice break. That'll be close to 10 degrees cooler. So I'll try to be riding this week, but I don't think that's going to happen today. It's just too hot. Anyway, that's all. I know I really didn't say anything, but I'm trying to come up with a hobby. I'm trying to figure out something new. and maybe I'm gonna start a new quilt. I don't know. If I do, I'll show you. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting here and like, don't mind that, but I was reading about crumb quilts, which is where you quilt out of like small pieces. And triangles aren't ideal, but I have so many of these that I could put them together and make squares. This is all from my Halloween quilt. But like I was thinking, I do have a lot of scraps, like just like scrappy little pieces around, and I'm thinking I could do a crumb quilt, and that would be like sustainable. Because one of the things I've been thinking about is like, and we've talked about this in therapy, but I made a list of like, she gave me this long list of values that people usually have as like core values of their life. And one of mine that I chose that's important to me is like ecology and taking care of the earth and like being sustainable and, you know, nature. And so I was trying to come up with a hobby that kind of fits into that, because that's like my one value that I don't like feel like I interact a lot with, for lack of a better word. So I was thinking, well, I want to do my wildflower garden. That's probably not going to happen until spring. And I want to get trees planted in the backyard, but that's not something I will physically be doing. That's like, I'm going to hire someone to do it. But if I do a scrappy like crumb quilt, I'll be using up pieces like this that otherwise would not get used for much of anything. You know, that could end up in the trash because they're really small. Like, this is a small piece, like, you know. And I could make a little quilt out of it. And now what am I going to do with that quilt? I don't know. I mean, I could throw it out on as a blanket somewhere. The cats could use it. I could try a new technique on it. But all I'm saying is like, that would be sustainable because I wouldn't be buying more fabric. I'd be using what I already have. And it would probably be like a fun little project just to work on. Did you see that? Come here, you. Oliver. It would be like a fun little project maybe to just like be working on when I'm in between other projects, or like if I don't feel like working on my main quilt, I could just do a little bit on the crumb quilt. So I'm considering that because I do have a lot of scraps. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. That might be what I do. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Sir. Oh, sorry. Did I scare you? This closet is such a mess. Okay, there you go. You don't really need to be in here right now. But also, like, Margot is right there, and she's bothered by his presence. Oh, you're gonna get stuck if you go back there. Okay. Alright, I should go see how John's doing so we can get ready to go. Who would want this? I'm very confused. Alright, we're back home from the store. Did everything we needed to do with that, got all our groceries, and now I'm upstairs in my craft room, and I'm starting a crumb quilt because it just sounds fun. Oliver just sprinted in here. It's probably going to annoy Margot. Come here, let me hold you. Oh, look at this. This is what I'm dealing with. Hold on. Okay, as you can see, he's helping me now. Oops, sorry, I almost sat on your tail. These are all the scraps that I have. And I'm going to try doing a method where you, oops, I'm going to sit on your tail, sir. Basically just attach, here, I'll show you on the piece. Oh, this is a good one, a small piece. So you take a slightly larger piece and then you just sew pieces on like that with just a tiny gap in between. And then I'm going to cut like here, here, and then that will each be a new piece. And then you're just basically adding on pieces as you go. And we've got all kinds of fabric here. Clearly, these are from like that mushroomy quilt that I haven't finished because it's taking so long on the hand quilting. I got Christmas. I got a ton of Halloween. Actually, on the triangles, I think I might make them into, like I might sew them into a square first. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I just thought it would be quick and easy. Well, maybe not quick. Sorry for the weird like angle. I just thought it would be like a fun project that I could just like jump right into. I don't need to be measuring stuff. I don't need to be like coming up with a pattern. I'm just like sewing, cutting, if that makes sense. And I can just work on it when I feel like it, when I have time. So that's what's going on. Oliver's like playing with a toy. Sir, clearly it's a mess in this room. Oliver, are you so cute? Oh, anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'll show you whatever progress I come up with. I'm thinking I'll kind of like work my way towards making blocks, like maybe 10-inch blocks. I don't know, maybe 5. We'll just have to see what happens. But I'll just keep you posted. Look at that thing. So I was just ironing and I turn around and this little thing is on top of my fabric. What are you doing? Okay. You're messing up my stuff, ma'am. You're getting all over my stuff. Here, you're gonna have to move. Okay, there you go. So you see this is all sewn on now. I'm gonna have to iron it again. But this is my little piece, and so now I'm gonna cut in between like each one, and then we're gonna have like pieces that are 2. And then I also just chained all of these. These were half square triangles that are now squares again. And so I'm gonna have to cut them all apart, but I chained them, opened them, or yeah, ironed them open, and now I need to trim them. But yeah, it's going all right. Got a couple little helpers in here. Oliver and Pie. And yes, it is a mess in the craft room, as usual. Right. Good morning. It's Monday. I did a really bad job of vlogging this weekend. But I'm gonna vlog today. Today's the last day that's gonna be on this vlog. And I just thought I'd take you with me. I'm about to get dressed and go over to the barn. Oliver's joining me in here. I go over to the barn. I have to drop off my board check. It's extremely late. Luckily she's very flexible with me, and I had COVID for a while, so like, and then I had to order checks. She knows what's going on. It's expected that it's gonna be late, but I'm gonna drop off my board check, and then I just want to see Navigator. Haven't ridden since last Tuesday, but today is the hottest day of the year. It's gonna be like 108, so I'm not gonna be riding today. But I thought, I'm feeling good, I have time, I'm just gonna get dressed and go. So that way, you know, so I can take the check and be done with that. So I thought I'd take you with me to the barn, and then whatever else I'm gonna do today. I have therapy. I'm not gonna take you to therapy, but I do have that in the afternoon. But other than that, no big plans, nothing major. So I'm just gonna kind of have a nice indoor day since it is so hot out. Oh, I'll show you the puzzle I've been working on. It is going very slowly. But first things first, I'm gonna get dressed, put on some sunscreen, and head over to the barn. What you doing, little baby? Do you hear the dishwasher going? Hi. Oh, did you hear my knee crack? Hello. Pie and Margot both went to work, but Oliver stayed out here with me. Don't bite. Oh no. No, no, a bad baby. A bad baby. Oh my gosh. There he is. Alright, he is all done up with fly spray and sunscreen on his nose. He hates the sunscreen on his nose. And I also had to put a little dot of it up on the middle of his star, because there was a little pink spot there. So anyway, he's all better now. I'm gonna get him a carrot and then let him go back out. It is so hot today. Okay, do you want this? Here you go. Take a bite, please. Take a bite. There you go. Gonna get some ASMR. Not tasty. I just walked down to hang up his halter. He's waiting. Navigator, it's time to go. You can go ahead, sir. Go on ahead. I'll see you later, probably in a couple days when it gets a little cooler. I gotta grab my trash and my Gatorade. Okay, so I can't remember if I ever showed this puzzle that I'm working on currently. Sorry for the angle. I am sitting and the couch is below because we took its feet off so that this thing couldn't go under the couch. But this is the puzzle. I got it from a used bookstore. It's really cool, but it's also like 1,500 pieces, so really big. It barely fits on the table. As you can see, the corners are coming off. And I have not gotten very far on it yet. But that's what I'm working on right now. It's been taking me a long time. sir. So yeah, that's that. Hello. It is so much later. It's 10, which isn't late, but like so much later than what I was doing earlier. I just got off the ball on the vlog today, which I wasn't really doing that much, so I feel like it's not that bad. But we just weren't doing a lot. I had therapy this afternoon, and then I started playing a new game on my computer. It's very much like Stardew Valley, but it's just different. But so tonight, that's what we were doing. Like, I was playing my game. We had dinner. We made grilled cheese and tomato soup. And we watched an episode of The Acolyte, that's Star Wars show, which apparently I just heard today the season 2 got canceled. So I think it's going to end on a cliffhanger. And there's not going to be a season 2. And Oliver's here playing. Oh, here he is. I'm basically ready for bed. I thought I would come in here with Oliver and get him to calm down because he sleeps in here with us, and then Pi and Margot sleep out there. Although I think this weekend we're going to try leaving the door open and let everybody come and go as they feel like it. So we'll see about that. But I thought I would come in now and start to wind down with him. And I'm reading a book. Let me show you. I don't know if I'll finish it in time. Whoa, sorry, I almost dropped it. Before it's due back. It is The Seventh Veil of Salome. It's by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Whoa, hello. One of my favorite authors. Everything I've read of hers has been good. Mexican Gothic is probably my favorite. But she's really good. Usually there's some sort of like sci-fi or fantasy element. This one is just straight up historical fiction about actresses, Hollywood during the 50s. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not very far into it. I'm probably about a quarter or so, maybe close to a third. But yeah, it's good. It's just she's just such a good writer. Like, it's just good. I don't know what else to say. I'm not like super far into it and I can tell you what's else going on, but it's kind of like a little bit dual timeline, multiple narrators, and I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm reading that. That's what I've been reading at bedtime since I have it as a physical book. I'm also reading a book. I'm reading 3 books right now, so I thought I would just do a little bit of like book chat. So I'm reading that one. And then I'm reading a book called Wolf Song, which I actually own the book. I'll show it to you sometime. I bought it because it had a really pretty sprayed edges. So like instead of just having plain white paper edges, it's like the whole edge is art. I'll have to show you sometime. But I'm reading it digitally because I'm kind of reading it here and there at work when it's quiet and not too busy. And that is pretty good. I don't want to give spoilers, but I kind of got like the ick about something with it, and I'm kind of like, I need to see how they resolve that, because so far I'm kind of like, oh no, I don't really like what's happening. But it's a modern fantasy, gay werewolves in Oregon. It's really good. It's really emotional, actually. It's kind of sad at times, but it's super easy to read, kind of like short chapters, and it really keeps your interest. I'm not very far into that one either, probably like maybe 30% as well. And so much has happened, but there's still so much to go. So I'm really curious about how it will go, but I'm also like not 100% sure. But I am liking it. I'm liking it a lot, even though it's also kind of giving me the ick. It's hard to explain. If you want me to tell you, like, let me know and I'll talk more about it. I'll probably talk more about it when I finish it. Look at this thing. Anyway, the third book I'm reading, try not to flash everybody, is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. It doesn't show the title on the front. This one is so good. I'm more than halfway done with this one, but I've like taken a pause on this so I can finish the book that I'm gonna have to return to the library. But it's so good. That's a sequel. I read the first one last year, and then this one just got released earlier this year, and it's so good. It's vampires. It's another fantasy. It's vampires. It's kind of like fantasy with like politics. It's not just like a straight up romantasy. I don't know if you've heard of romantasy, but like romantic fantasy. There is romance, but it's mostly like it's very heavy on the fantasy, and I really like it. And the first one was kind of like enemies to lovers, but not like instant love, which I feel like happens a lot in romantic fantasy books. It's just so good, and the twists at the end of the first one really, really got me. And then this one is a little more straightforward so far, but it's really good. So anyway, I can't fully recommend any of these books yet because I'm not done with them, but I mean, check it out. I do think this one's going to be really good, especially if you're into historical fiction at all. And also, like, I feel like I can recommend anything by that author, Sylvia Moreno Garcia. She's really, really good. The others, we'll wait and see. I mean, I loved The Serpent and the Wings of Night. That's book 1 from that series. And I would recommend that one. So I feel like I can also recommend this one even though I'm not done with it yet. Just because I feel like I know where it's going. I hope it's going to be good. It's a duology, so this should pretty much finish up the arc of these characters, and then I can decide if I want to read any more from the, like, the big series. I think I will. I might take a break on it after I finish this one, but anyway. I think I've talked for long enough about books I'm reading. I need to put away this toy that he's playing with so that he can start to settle down. Also, don't look at my pajamas. I'm gonna end the vlog now. Sorry if this was kind of like a weird, disjointed, like goofy little snippet type vlog. But I'm just trying to get back into a routine. So that's what's happening. That's just how it's going. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. What are you doing? Oliver. Time for bed.
If you can't